This is Entertainment Update on KRLA. I'm Ken Jeffries. Virtual reality in gaming refers to an immersive, simulated experience that replicates or creates an interactive, three-dimensional environment. Users wear a headset that displays stereoscopic images and tracks head movements, allowing them to look around and explore the virtual world. VR gaming creates a sense of presence and immersion where players feel that they are physically present within the game environment. It often incorporates additional technology, such as motion controllers or treadmills, to enhance the interactive and realistic nature of the experience. Virtual reality is also a multi-billion-dollar industry with over 30 million headset users in the U.S. alone. Major technology companies are investing heavily in developing more advanced VR hardware and software, which is driving innovation and making VR more accessible to a wider consumer base. But in the evolving landscape of virtual reality, XR, Europe's Vnova is redefining the boundaries of VR headset mass entertainment. Expanding from virtual reality as primarily a platform for gaming, the company is pioneering a powerful new technology that allows for feature-length movies to be produced especially for the virtual reality market, and even transform existing movies into its proprietary trademark format, which it calls Vnova Presence. In this entertainment update, we'll explore the groundbreaking achievement in virtual reality, meet the CEO of Vnova, the general manager of Vnova Studios, and explore the impact virtual reality movie making has on the creative community with the creative team behind Vnova's first original virtual reality productions. Vnova founder and CEO Guido Miirdi is a globally recognized deep tech innovator. After graduating the University of Texas at Austin and later MIT, Miirdi channeled his unique expertise in data compression to establish Vnova, bringing aboard several of the world's most prominent technology companies as investors. His work in data compression led to the development of Vnova Presence, a bold new format that retains full three-dimensional information for the whole scene, allowing headset users to change their point of view and even look behind objects like in real life. Vnova Presence has been embraced by Hollywood studios as a revolutionary format that allows viewers to navigate through multidimensional virtual environments and immerse themselves in photorealistic scenes that rival the cinematic quality of Hollywood films. The technology opens up a whole new dimension in entertainment, literally. Guido, welcome to KRLA's Entertainment Update. We found your company's excursions in virtual reality so compelling, we decided to devote our entire program to it. Let's begin with your giving us an overview of the current state of the virtual reality market.
The VR market today is in a very exciting moment. Today, there are more than 30 million people in the US that are using virtual reality headsets. Mostly, they are used to gaming. There were $7 billion that were spent in games last year. But most importantly, we are in a pivotal moment because multiple device manufacturers are about to release their next generation of devices. And they're all promising to be lighter, better, cheaper. Of course, we've seen great things from the Apple Vision Pro, for instance, in terms of quality of the device, but the cost was very high. The device was possibly a bit too heavy. Basically, we will start seeing devices at much lighter form factors. We're talking sometimes in the region of 100 grams. This will push the industry even further than it's been so far. So it's in a good state, but it's about to get much better.
Talk to us about the technology behind Vnova Presence. First, the tech behind this format is proprietary and patented, correct?
Vnova, we are a deep tech company. We've been around for 12 years. We are a deep tech company in the sense that we have a lot of IP and international technology standards. We have over 1,300 patents. And our claim to fame is the MPEG-5 LCVC video coding standard. But in particular for VR, we had a dream, which was to use our technology that allows super efficient data compression. And of course, this can sound very techy, but in practice enables new types of quality in digital experiences.
It's your company's intention to expand VR from gaming only into entertainment content, including feature-length movies. How will your company go about introducing this expanded experience? And are you looking at a wholly different demographic?
We wanted to contribute to VR, transitioning VR from the current stage where it's mostly for gaming to a stage much more mass market, where also narrative media and entertainment can truly thrive. And when cinema was born, the Lumiere brothers gave us the dream of being immersed into visual stories, teleporting people to a different place. And so far, we went progressively from simple motion pictures, then video plus audio, then bigger screens, then stereoscopic video with 3D glasses, etc., which all works great as long as we watch it with our head still and looking straight. But that's not how we live in the real world. And the dream was to be immersed in a story like we are immersed in the real world, and to be able to look around and move around like we do in a video game or in the real world. And we call it 6 degrees of freedom, or 6 DoF for short. But with the visual fidelity and storytelling of cinema, so that it looks as real as it does when you go to the cinema. Unfortunately, this video doesn't cut it for that, because it's flat. And if you wrap a bubble of video around the viewer, that often makes people motion sick, because when you move your head, video doesn't respond correctly to head movements, and you kind of peek behind a character, for instance, so it just doesn't work. And finally, with our Vinova presence technology, we added real volumes, and we have achieved that dream of watching a story from within with the same quality as cinema, but with the ability of moving around and looking around like in the real world. And so viewers can finally step into a story where it feels as real as reality. It's no longer video. It's truly three-dimensional. We say volumetric, and technically it's a point cloud, but essentially it responds to our movement in a way that it just feels right. And this is poised to open a completely new demographics and a completely new use case for VR, which ultimately was the promise of VR, because you heard multiple times that VR was about kind of being transported into new worlds and watching stories that you couldn't watch in different ways. And it's not, gaming is great, but gaming is just one of the many things that people want to do. But the majority of people like to be told a story, or like to go to a concert and watch a music show, et cetera, et cetera. And now, finally, with our technology and the collaboration that we've been putting in place for the past years, this is about to happen, and it's going to really open a new killer app for virtual reality headsets. We are actually at this pivotal moment of being able to finally start going to the end user. At the same time, the beautiful thing has been the great support from device manufacturers that, aside from studios, have been closely partnering with us with this, because also device manufacturers have been aware for a number of years that the gaming demographics is great, it's awesome, but in order for virtual reality to really become mass market, entertainment was the name of the game, because everybody likes to watch stories. Not everybody is a gamer, not everybody wants necessarily to play VR games, but we all love stories. We all love to watch movies. And VR is the best way to watch movies. Is also the way to get the new generations, which for studios is important, because when you have important content IP, you want to make your content IP relevant to the new generations and find new ways to get to the audience, new ways to monetize assets that you already have and are possibly sitting in the libraries, but that people love. And so what about giving the possibility to people to rewatch certain classics, but in a completely new way that stimulates, elicits totally different feelings, because it's the same type of content, but this time you're inside.
Valentina Martelli is an international entertainment journalist. You may be familiar with her contributing work on Inside Edition and other entertainment news programming. She's been covering the world of virtual reality for some time and has developed a great enthusiasm for vNova's breakthrough technology.
We know that Hollywood has been always at the forefront of the storytelling and innovation, but the way audiences engage with stories is fundamentally shifting. That's an important premise to me that lead to my excitement when I started to hear about vNova. They came to me introduced from someone that is working at Meta. And what really drew me to vNova was that mix of art tech and pure technology and creativity that they have. Their presence format solves something that no one has ever cracked before to me. Cinematic VR that is fully navigable but still runs in a beautiful way. And it's interesting because it's not tech for tech's sake. It's technology built to serve storytelling. And that's what excited me and still excites me. To me, it opens up new way to connect with audiences on, I would say, on a much deeper level. And it's very important. Also, is a technology that to someone like me doesn't create motion sickness, which is another very important aspect. 6DOF technology, which is the technology they have, enable not just the immersion, but make people feel like they are part of the experience. They aren't just watching, they are sort of inhabiting the narrative. What does it mean? It means that they are no longer limited by screen. Words that is created thanks to the technology of vNova is explorable. And so the emotion become fully sensory. I think this is the next big leap for Hollywood, and I sort of mean a sort of a leap of faith, because they will need to be a merging between incredible narrative tradition, which is Hollywood, with new technology, because that will lead to creating experiences that feel as emotionally rich as cinema, but also interactive as gaming. vNova isn't just pushing the boundaries of immersive technology to me. It's a sort of redefining how stories are created and experienced. It has the ability, this technology, to take beloved existing IP and transform this IP in a sort of fully immersive world. Or, on the other side, develop narratives that are designed specifically for this new medium. Take Shark Karma, the movie that they are creating, which was conceived to maximize the possibility of 6DOF storytelling. So these are opportunities, new IPs that become immersive, a new story to create that can become amazing new IP.
London is where vNova Studios is located. It would be easy to simply describe vNova Studios as the production arm of vNova, but it's much more than that. vNova Studios is where the magic of the vNova Presence technology resides and is applied to both its own original content as well as productions from Hollywood studios and producers worldwide. Gianluca Miurdi is general manager of vNova Studios and joins us now. Gianluca, tell us about vNova Studios. Where vNova is all about the tech, vNova Studios' focus is on content. Is that right?
Yeah, vNova Studios is our creative side, the creative unit of vNova. With vNova, we have developed the format that is vNova Presence. We are studying this new cinematic language. But at vNova Studios, we go beyond just content. Our mission is to reshape the future of cinematic storytelling in XR. We created our studios more to showcase what our technology, that is vNova Presence, can do. We produce amazing high-end experiences across movies, music, documentaries, and immersive advertising to demonstrate that the real value of this cinematic format is significant. We are building what I call a step change for human storytelling. And to make that happen, we work on both the tech side and the creative side. On the tech side, imagine we evolve the volumetric format, what we have patented, and so enabling both channels like download and pixel streaming, so that all you need is a Wi-Fi connected VR headset. So to enter in these new worlds.
What are some of the released vNova format content VR users can experience now, and how can they access it?
Now you can access our productions on Steam with Immersive. Immersive, from the name, is a blend between Immersive and 6 Degrees of Freedom, our differentiator in terms of, let's say, technology in a way. And Immersive is available in Steam now, but in a couple of months, it will also be available in streaming. So any headset, not only PC VR with Steam, but any headset, I mean Meta Quest 3, Pico headset, Vivo Vision, Apple Vision Pro, etc., they will be able to access this content in streaming. That is important because you can get anyone worldwide only with a Wi-Fi connection.
We understand that Hollywood studios are lining up to take a look at vNova's technology. Take us through how vNova is presented engaged with Hollywood.
We develop a new volumetric cinematic language that is a toolkit to help creators to master this new medium. And it's also important for movie directors because they find something that they have never tried before. And two, we produce original content to inspire and lead the way because this cinematic format is completely new. And three, we support major studios like the big ones that you know in Hollywood to convert CG masterpieces and plan for new contents. New content that could be done expressly for XR or hybrid for both 2D and 3D.
vNova Studios has its debut original title now available for the VR public. Talk to us about Shark Karma. What is this first release about? How was it selected as a first original project, and how did it get produced?
Shark Karma is a wild one. It begins like a peaceful blue ocean documentary. There's a group of young explorers sets out to investigate a mysterious seismic anomaly. In part, it make you laugh right before it make you gasp, and some scenes could really scare you, like you swimming in the dark with a huge beast circling around you. That is pretty impressive and scary. It's a movie written and directed by Cinzia Angelini and powered by a rockstar team across Europe, our Hypersea friends. And Shark Karma is the very first volumetric film ever made to truly live inside and not just watch it. This is something different from whatever kind of movie that you can experience outside, because in this case, you can move inside the film in 6 degrees of freedom. So you're able to move left, right, up, down, etc. You feel inside the shot.
Gianluca touched on vNova Studios' first foray into delivering a multidimensional film experience with the movie Shark Karma. Guido Fabri is the director of Shark Karma. It was love at first sight for the vNova immersive format. Guido, as a film director, share with us your experience in directing for an immersive project in contrast to a traditional film.
It allows the viewer to be in a complete different environment and be excited because you become part of it. The camera, which means yourself as a user, becomes part of the storytelling. Because if the action is in front of you and keeps going from the left to the right, and it's you who decides to turn and see what happens on your right and behind you. And this is very exciting because thinking about a normal film and having this technology applied to a normal film, it allows you to be one of the characters. In fact, I think the camera is one of the participants of what you're selling. It's just great.
Cinzia Angeli has worked as a 2D and 3D animator as well as story artist for such major studios as Warner Brothers, Sony Imageworks, Disney Animation Studios, and DreamWorks. Her credits include films such as Balto, Prince of Egypt, Spider-Man 2, the Minions movie, Despicable Me 3, The Grinch, and Super Pets. She also wrote and directed the multi-award-winning animated short movie Mila, which stands as the largest independent virtual studio collaboration to date.
I've always been fascinated by the technology and what's next. So the project that brought me into working with Vinova is Sharkarma. It's an adventure and also with an important message. What Vinova is doing is really bringing the traditional way of doing storytelling with cuts and the story that progresses forward and follows characters with VR. This is a fantastic way to approach a different way of filming and bringing the viewer to a level that they've never experienced before. I think people will really, really enjoy to be not just immersed into a new dimension, bring them to places they've never been or that they will never be able to be. Really trigger their fantasy and their creativity to experience incredible stories. And again, stories. So it's not just an environment. We are going to take them to towards incredible journeys, and the experience is going to be at a level really that will stimulate all senses. And I think people will totally love it. Once you experience this, you just want to see what's next. It's not only being immersed, but really being completely attached to a story and characters that are developing as you watch and you're immersed with them within it. So it's like really another level, I think, of experiencing.
Movie lovers have several options to enjoy film entertainment: movie theaters, big screen TVs, but Vinova is about to bring an entirely new way to experience blockbuster movies by putting you in the center of all the action with its groundbreaking Vinova Presence virtual reality technology. If you have a headset, you can check it out right now by downloading Vinova's extraordinary new app, which they call Immersive. You can find Immersive on the Steam website, which is www.steampowered.com. Everyone watches movies, but with Vinova Presence, they can be immersed in one. The Immersive app will provide VR headset users with a chance to become the first to glimpse Vinova Presence in action.
Its reaction to the format has been great. And, of course, we've been at it for a number of years because, let's face it, what we are doing was incredibly difficult. That's why we were the only crazy folks doing it, because it requires a massive feat of data compression, because even if what I'm talking about here sounds a lot like a feature of virtual reality headsets or virtual reality per se, creating this new medium where the audience can be inside a movie and look around and look behind objects and see everything super smooth is a massive feat of data compression. We're talking in raw format, terabits of data that need to be compressed and decompressed in real time, while also adapting to the movements of the person and be rendered at 6K per eye, stereoscopic, 90 frames a second. A lot of technical mumbo jumbo, if you want, and to make this something that just works took us many, many years, hundreds of patents, and then that was only the starting point, because that's actually when the fun started, because studios know perfectly that from a technology, which is what we had 5 years ago, to a product, to something that can be used to distribute content to hundreds of millions of people or billions of people, there are many years of integrating with an ecosystem of tools, testing it, trying it. Studios have been trying this for years to make sure that it can work with all of their tools, because here we are talking about pipelines that are used, production pipelines that are used for theatrical releases that cost $100, $200, $300 million a pop. So it's not proof of concept type thing. It's really serious. And that's what we've been doing for years to make sure that we can really enable filmmakers, artists, and studios to deliver it for real, not just as a pilot.
The future of movie entertainment is here now, and is powered by Vinova. For more information on the company, visit v-nova.com. For KRLA Entertainment Update, I'm Ken Jeffries.